Hey guys, today we're at Retro Replay Arcade, and he took me around. The owner Derek, it was amazing. As you can see, they have quite a few good games here. We're going to go through each one. They have a Time Crisis 2. Going over here to the side, we got a amazing CD playing jukebox. I had to mute the audio because it was so loud on that. Then we got Ranger Mission, one of the Thomas Wave games. I remember that one being pretty fun. But yeah, it looked really nice. So, what else do we got here? Super Dodgeball, another classic game that I remember playing when I was younger as well. Robotron. Everyone knows Robotron. So, two stick action. Yeah, use both hands. Double fist. But then I kind of go around and then I found this NBA Jam. Not an arcade without an NBA Jam machine. But oh, here we go. Oh, that's a great game. That's a great game. But let's go back over. Come on, come on, come on. Josh, move along. Move along. You were enamored by the NBA Jam. I know. But over here we had WrestleFest. WrestleFest, guys. Everyone knows this classic. Four-player goodness. All right. Then they had High Impact Football. I remember that game quite a bit. Looking over on the other side, we have Soul Edge, predecessor to my favorite fighting game. Virtua Fighter 2 hanging around there. Yeah, they had that. Then a game I'm absolutely horrible at. I never liked the Mortal Kombat games. Mortal Kombat 2. And yeah, that game I just don't have good memories of. I've never been able to play it because of that block button thing. Hold back for the block. Hold back for the block. A Blitz machine, which is awesome. And oh, here we go. My favorite one right next to it. There it is. Ah, it's a Ms. Pac-Man. Classic. Then we got X-Men, Children of the Atom next to it. Yeah, see? Ms. Pac-Man. Ms. Pac-Man. So they got X-Men, Children of the Atom. Yeah, that's classic. A main machine. Looks like it had a Pandora's box in there with quite a bit of games in there. But the great thing is you just pay for time, so it's not like you're dumping quarters into it. So, we had a couple racing games. Not ones I was ever really into, but they still look like fun, and I'll probably give them a try when we go back with my daughter. So, all the CRTs and everything look good. It's Crazy Taxi, an amazing game. They had a pinball over there, Judge Dredd. Someone was playing it, so I was trying not to get him on video. And then we had a Golden Tee that he actually restored. There's a story about that coming up in the interview. A couple more racing games. I saw this in the corner. I'm going to have to look this one up. I don't know what this is, but it's a Namco game. It's, what is that? Flamin' Finger. So I got to look this up and see what this is because it looks kind of cool. So we'll try that out. And yay, an air hockey machine. That's going to be a lot of fun with Finn. I think we're going to really dig that when we go together. And over here, he had Simpsons and a Turtles machine. I did my best not to get anyone on film, but, Then Silent Scope 2. I have not played that one. I've played the first one and absolutely love it. I suck at it, but I love it. So we're going to give that a try when we go back. And then over here, another shot of the Turtles being played. All right. Can you tell I'm not the greatest with the camera? But then right here, Paradise Lost. I was like, oh, I want to play that. It looked like a lot of fun. But pretty sure that's on Technoparrot, guys. Correct me if I'm wrong. Then he had a couple little games over here, some of the redemption type stuff. But yeah, so there are a couple that do take quarters. Then this really shocked me because I haven't seen these in a long time. To our left over here was a bubble hockey machine. I love those things. They're a lot of fun to play. And then just a little arcade classics, kind of a multi-game. I know how that works.
It all started because I saw a Facebook ad one time for a lethal enforcement machine. $250. Not worth it. I'd probably fix that. So I went to buy it. Brought it back and actually started snowing. So as I'm trucking it back, they got covered in snow. Got it home, fell, nearly broke my butt because it was pulling it in the house, hand truck fell backwards on me. And I thought, well, this is maybe not a good sign. But because it fell, it apparently reattached where it needed to. It actually, once I thawed it out, dried it off, it worked. And I was like, yep,
It's for sure. I bought a truck. It's on order. I'm waiting for it to come in. And I wanted a Maverick so bad. I only want the truck for one reason. To be able to cart arcade cabinets. That, and it's a truck that gets 40 miles to the gallon with a hybrid. So, yeah. But, so, I've been a huge fan of arcades since I was a little kid. But like I said, I'm from Ohio, so for me it was a little different. We had Aladdin's Castle. We had a place called Flamingos that was very neon pink throughout the whole thing. But that was back in the days like Street Fighter 2, everything in that era was where I came from. So now I told you a little bit that our viewers love cheesecake, and you shared with me a story earlier that I'm sure these guys would really enjoy.
well, years ago when I was going through university, I was a communications major at Southern Utah University out in Cedar City, Utah. And myself and several other people across the country were offered an internship at the National Association of Television Program Executives called NAPE out in Vegas. And of course, because there's no excuse needed to go to Vegas, you just go. Signed up for it, got accepted, went. We were out there. You become fast friends with all the interns. You learn different things about where they're from, different schools, different characters. Well, one of my fast friends was a guy named Steve. Steve, if you're watching, I'm sorry, yeah, tell me. Well, Steve is an amazing dude. Great to hang out with, fantastic guy, very hard worker, but he is also narcoleptic, which means he falls asleep like that. Unpredictably, unexpectedly, but it just happens. So, of course, me being natural me, knew that this was going to come into play at some point during our internship, but didn't know how. Well, during one night for dinner, we all got together and got tired of eating at the Excalibur buffet, so we decided to go to the Cheesecake Factory at the Forum Shop at Caesar's Palace. If you haven't been, you gotta go. It's just... Well, we had a great meal. Steve was waiting for all of it. It was delightful. But as the meal was winding down, we started to fall asleep. And he fell completely asleep. Well, every hour, under an hour, out there at Caesar's Palace in the Forum Shops, they have this huge aquarium. It's a huge sea show that happens. It's really cool to watch. Very loud. Well, he's falling asleep. Well, they come clear our plates, and they come around and ask if anybody would like dessert, and if it was anybody's birthday. Because at Cheesecake Factory, you get a cheesecake on your birthday. So, of course, I was sitting right next to Steve, and I could not help myself and told everybody that it was his birthday. I had no idea when his actual birthday is. Still don't know. Well, they said, okay. And they took the rest of our orders and they disappeared. Well, he's sound asleep. He says, yeah, that's asleep. Well, I could see the show was getting ready to start, so I was going to get loud and he's going to wake up. What I didn't realize immediately was they sing to you on your birthday at Cheesecake Factory. So, off to my right, I see this entire lineup of of waiters and waitresses getting ready to come out. Well, the waitress came over and asked me, "What's his name?" And I knew it was Steve. I just couldn't recall it immediately, so I said, "Steve." So she went back in the kitchen and had the chef right on the plate. Happy birthday, his name. Well, as they're lining up, the show is just imminent. So I know he's going to wake up and ruin the whole show. Well, they started coming over and they started singing. And they come with a piece of cheesecake with a candle in it. They lay it for him. They set it down in front of him. He's just now, I elbow him and wake him up. He's just coming out of it to a plate with a piece of cheesecake and a candle on it, and like 12 waiters and waitresses singing happy birthday to him. And the chef literally took the exact instructions and wrote on the plate, "Happy birthday, E-S-T-E-V-E." S-T. S-T.
Trying to move it a little bit.
Yeah, this is why I thought that much.
Get a little better view. All right. You were just telling me about Steve.
So, he wakes up and they have on a Steve. And he was just as puzzled as we. The rest of us that were having dinner with him, we were just pissing ourselves laughing. It was so funny. So for the rest of the internship, everyone called him Steve.
That's awesome. And I know you guys are addicted to cheesecake, so we'll definitely get that going. And you guys are probably going to put it in there. Steve cake, Steve. Yeah. See, the funny thing is, the guy who started this whole cheesecake thing, his name's Steve. So, yeah. But he's not from around here, so, okay. And here's the thing, I didn't put all the raw stuff in, so they'll see that. So, let's just first oh no.
Well, you want the first one or you want the best one? We'll hit both. Okay. First one, I actually was playing Maryland. My mom and dad really enjoyed taking. We lived out in the country, so we had to come to out. But they loved the paintball machine ice. And I remember going and they had one of those. I was just hypnotized. It was brand new, flashy, cool, and it was just playing that a lot. My best occasion is the funniest, or at least to me. My girlfriend at the time did not think it was funny. Her brother almost fell on the floor and I would laugh at someone.
Okay.
Out in Lake Tahoe, there's a casino there called Bill's. It is a wonderful casino. But if you're under 21, you can't go on the gaming floor. But they have no ticket. So it's alright. Down in this arcade, they have your normal fare up there. Except they have a lot of prize redemption. Where you get your tickets, take it to the counter. Well, my girlfriend, we're gonna call her Nikki.
Oh.
And we'll call her brother Jason. No, we're gonna call him Jason. Alright, so, Nikki was just absolutely stuffed. Especially, well, she loves this sweat. It was a knit and her brother, never thought anything about it, because it was just a dark color sweater. When anybody familiar with the physics of black knows that if you have a knit sweater, anything white, for example, shows up very, very well under heavy black light. For example, like spandex or bras or things of that nature. Well, we go off of our little handful of tickets. I didn't realize what was going on at first until I saw the look in those county's face. He was almost busting up laughing. And he was trying to hold it together. And then I was trying to figure out what he was laughing at, and I looked. And sure enough, it was just glow in the dark. Just right out there for the and I looked over at her brother, and I stepped back while she was looking at the case or whatever, and I said, "You don't say a damn thing. Just let this happen."
Oh.
So she's up there, and she turns around, and when he let her trade up, she got excited and jumped. And, you know, because arcades are awesome.
Yes. Oh, and my buddies V and Joe would tell you they love their lights. Their whole basement's turned into an arcade. They paid way too much money for this 55-inch monstrosity that they stream on.
Sure.
It's an amazing machine. They got almost everything on there, but the lighting is a complaint of mine. I'm sorry, guys. I love your stream, but they do this bright red like LED on it, and it kind of washes out their face. I'm like, you need a little more clarity, but that's just a little bit of setup on
Well,
that.
we run Maple Leafs blue and white here.
Yes, for all you Canadian watchers, Digi, and a bunch of other guys that I know watch. He's a Canadian fan, so
Montana fans out there can bite the big one.
that might start a problem with some of them. We'll see. But for me, first memory was actually Pac-Man. It wasn't in an arcade, unfortunately. My first arcade experience was in a pizza shop. My mom worked there, and I was maybe 4 years old, and they had a Pac-Man. No, it was a Pac-Man. Yep. And basically, they turned it on free play for me. And while my mom's doing her shift, I'm just playing Pac-Man all day. And crazy best memories for myself, though. I don't know. Anytime going to Flamingo when I was a kid, me and my buddy Chris were just. I'll put it this way: big deal in a small pond. Even though Columbus, Ohio is big, we dominated in fighting games. There was no one who could beat us. He was always number one, and I would take my number two.
If you guys would never like learn how to properly play them, let me know. I give lessons here in the day.
Oh, awesome! But
Because everybody comes in thinking they know something.
oh, I
They
suck
go to
now.
school.
I've played it. I hadn't played again for like 20 years. I played and I'm like, I have lost everything. And when it was still good, like, you know, when the Xbox Live era came out for the first Xbox, I went on to do a fighting game. It was embarrassing. I'm sure the kid on the other side was like 9. I got beat so bad. But it was a lot of fun still. But pretty much, most of me and my viewers, we are kind of not into anything new. It's like if it's 2,000 or below, we're kind of cool with it. After that, it's like, what have they done? All the microtransactions, it's just a money sink. I mean, technically an arcade is too, but
Well, technically our money sink is, you know, going to free play.
yeah, that's the great thing about a deal like that. You go in, 20, well, $15, you're playing all day. And that's a great deal anywhere. I mean, you go to, like when round one was here, I walked through it, thought it was beautiful every time it was here. But I looked at the prices and I was like, that's like 2 games. You know, I was not paying that. My daughter was upset.
And I see, round one, when it was here, I thought it was cool until I got to be really familiar with the types of games they have. They're new. They're brand new, some of them, but they're legit. But a lot of those games are not ones anybody really wants. Big and flashy, they're loud. Like you said, they're expensive. Here, I mean, I'm all about games that at one point in their lives, people put a quarter in, got at least 5, 6, 10 minutes worth of enjoyment.
Oh yeah. I mean, here there are quite a few here that I grew up on. I mean, that was not my first gun game, Red Rock 62,
But of course, it's the one you saw the most time. I think pretty much everyone did that. There's just so much from the memories growing up of arcades. For me, it was the fighting game stuff, like I said, and me and Chris, who are amazing back in the day. But yeah, we're nothing compared to what's out there now. But it was still a lot of fun to try. Like every time I do a video, I always pick a game I hadn't played in forever. And after I've done the tutorial, and I died horribly on like the first level on everything. I'm like, have I really gotten this bad at games? So, but that's fine. They get to laugh along with me. So. But you're stuck with one game the rest of your life. Oh, hands down, huh? All right. See, I'm a Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man, or take either. Those are the ones that can hit any game.
Virtual Fighter 2 was actually the very first arcade game I ever played.
Really?
It was at the world's largest truck stop, just outside of Walcott, Ohio.
Okay.
My family at the time was moving from Illinois to California. They stopped there to stretch legs, refuel, and whatnot. They had Virtual Fighter 1. Well, I got unnaturally good at it very, very quickly. I didn't know about special moves or anything of that nature. Virtual Fighter doesn't really play the whole special move mechanic. So the guy I happened to pick was Jack.
Oh yeah.
Jack, you just keep tapping. I'm not joking around. He's going to do his core move, which is the free
Triple kick, right? Yeah.
So, and then if you hold backwards and forwards with the punch button, you tap that, you'll do some spinning punches. So I had two power moves, spam the button. I got almost to the end of it the first time I ever played it. And looking now, one people and look cool.
See, the same reason I played Law in Tekken is it's kind of a just kind of slam and you can do okay.
It's very easy to pick up, very easy to learn.
That's how I feel. Soul Calibur that I was talking about earlier that was in the arcade. And I remember when it came in and I was like, that was it. I remember also we brought in Hydro Fun. And it was a double cab setup, and there was a line for that game in the Aladdin's Castle. For that.
If you guys know, just bring it down and put it in the place off.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's a ton of them. I keep my eyes out on the favorite marketplace and everything for all the different deals. There's one I want to get my hands on. I found a Royal Rumble cabinet. One monitor's bad, so it needs a replacement, or maybe even just a recap. They don't know.
Really good guy down in Springfield.
Yes,
I might have seen down records.
it is.
No, that's the name of the store, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's a great deal. If I had any space to actually work on it. Absolutely, I recommend it.
Again, waiting on the truck so I can fit it. But it was a great game. What was it? And it came with match. It actually came with the actual Naomi hardware, as well as like it said a tennis game, but that can only be virtual tennis. And
NBA Jam.
it was NBA Jam. I thought it would be called Hang Time. Because that was the one on the Naomi thing. So. All right.
Whenever we're done.
I'll be honest, guys. I'm running out of things to say, but I'm just geeking out and enjoying it because I have not been in a real arcade in quite a while. There was one when I went out to Wisconsin to see my wife's family in a mall, and there wasn't even an attendance. It was very low rent. But I did play my first time Terminator Salvation, which was okay. The gun was nice, but with Gun for IR and all the new gun stuff out there, you can make your own for a fraction of the cost and do it yourself. So, you have any other stories about arcades that you'd be willing to share with my guys here?
Yes.
All right.
The last one I'll tell you, it'll bring down that.
Sounds good.
Because it damn near brought down that.
Oh!
The Golden Tea machine. It's over there now. When I got it, I went and bought it from this guy in Iowa. And I said, yeah, it doesn't work, it won't load. Okay, no problem. Something to troubleshoot, something to diagnose, see what's what. Well, if you take a metal precision screwdriver and you arc it in a power supply that has no cover on it, it will catch fire. Yeah, it did catch fire. It was a significant fire.
Oh no.
Luckily, I was able to remove the power and suffocate the fire. But that game the internals have been 100% completely rebuilt by hand. It took so much effort.
Now I hate to admit this because as I became the assistant manager of the Atlantis Castle there in Westland Mall in Ohio, there were many times I'm like, you got to work on the TV, you got to work on them, but you have to work on them on if you need to adjust the screen. Yeah, I mean to see what you're doing. But there were multiple times I had electrocuted myself. But that started a long journey with electricity.
You're fixing machines. If you haven't bit by the monster, you will be.
Yeah, you
There's no doubt about it.
every time. But you know, it's been a lot of fun, and I've enjoyed this. And I'll definitely be bringing me and my daughter over here and checking it out. So it's been nice talking to you.
You too?
And guys, if you're in the Peoria area, it's in the landmark bowling alley area in Peoria, Illinois. Look it up. It's a lot of fun. You guys need to check it out. And until next time, gamers.